SDG 11, also known as Sustainable Cities and Communities. This video aims to expose the context of SDG 11 in the city of Guimarães in Portugal, so let's hear a bit more about SDG. The objective of SDG 11 is to make cities and inclusive communities safe, resilient, and sustainable. To achieve this, the Municipal Council of Guimarães has established goals to be met by 2030, such as the following: artificialized area in urban land, percent, proportion of green spaces on urban land, percent, urban waste collected per inhabitant, kg inhabitant. Let's address each of the goals, starting with the percentage of artificialized urban area. The percentage of artificial area refers to the proportion of a specific geographical area that has been modified by human activities into built-up structures and impermeable surfaces. These include urban areas, cities, towns, and residential areas; transport infrastructure, roads, railways, airports, and ports; industrial areas, factories, warehouses, and industrial facilities; commercial and service areas, shopping centers, offices, and public services; other impermeable surfaces, parking lots, paved yards, etc. Unfortunately, the last data collection was carried out in 2018, but according to the trends and information provided by the Municipal Council, the trend is that this value increases, which is serious and must be corrected. The proportion of green spaces in urban land, percent, measures the percentage of urban land dedicated to green areas like parks, gardens, and forests. Key benefits: environmental, improves air quality, reduces heat, supports biodiversity. Social health, provides recreational spaces, boosts mental and physical health, promotes community interaction. Economic, increases property values, attracts tourism. This graphic shows the progress that the city is doing, which tell us that there's a lot of work to do, because the goal is 12.5 and we are stuck with 2%. Urban waste collected per inhabitant is a measure of the average amount of waste generated by each person in an urban area over a specific period, typically expressed in kilograms or pounds per person per year. Key points. Definition: average waste generated per person in an urban area. Importance: indicates waste management efficiency, environmental impact, and resource consumption. Use: helps in planning waste management systems, setting recycling targets, and assessing environmental policies. With this graph, it is possible to say that Guimarães, although it has high values, is working to reduce them by 2030, as in 2020, due to the pandemic, the numbers were higher and have been decreasing despite still being far from the target of 364 kilograms/inhabitant. Of course, it is also important to mention some projects carried out by the city with the aim of ensuring that the indicators reach the proposed targets. For example, Distancias Off. Distancias Off is a project with the aim of shortening social barriers. This project will have 4 main activities that aim to respond to these challenges and achieve the proposed objectives. Provision of computer equipment to students in prophylactic isolation. Inclusion of students in the additional study support service. Digital literacy training actions. Creation of a digital inclusion center run by volunteers. The objective of this project is to intervene in the most populous and physically and socially degraded neighborhoods of Guimarães. Methodology: promote moments of sharing among the community members. Reduce isolation and encourage community participation. Use tools that foster individual and collective expression. Expected outcomes: encourage the expressiveness and creativity of the residents. Promote socialization and self-expression, especially among the youth. The objective of Crescimento is to promote the rehabilitation and social integration of people with mental health problems. According to the National Program for Mental Health, it is now evident that psychiatric disorders and mental health-related problems have become the leading cause of disability and one of the main causes of morbidity and premature death. From the identified cases, there is a need for a response in the reference community that allows for rehabilitation for integration.